Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, welcome to another episode of the Daily Energize, the show that's here to give you a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you live your life to the max. Thank you for being here and joining me, Spencer Jones, the Prince of Positivity in it. And I want you to know that you have an incredible light inside of you. It's amazing. Embrace it, savor it, and let it shine. That's right, let it shine. It is so incredible. Don't try to hide it or hoard it. Let it shine. Share it with the rest of the world. It is truly, truly amazing. So thank you for hopping in, joining me in this episode, because in this episode, I want to share a ninja secret to building a positive neural pathways, to building a positive mindset as quickly as possible. And so this is a little ninja tip for you. What's really cool is this tip works so well with other things that we've talked about in building a positive, abundant mindset, things I've shared before. And maybe you're already doing this. You've heard me share this tip before, but a reminder is always good. At least they are for me, because life happens and I forget at times. Maybe you're the same way. So if you want to have a positive mindset, something, one where you see the good in the world, you feel happy and alive and energized. There's negativity and there's hardships, of course. There's those things in the world and you see them and you work through them, but they don't hold you down anymore. They're not holding your feet to the fire, making you feel like crap 24/7. It's not like that. So if that interests you, if that's something that you're like, hey, that sounds like a good way to live my life, to embrace more joys, feel happier, and love life more, then keep listening. Because here's some of the tips, and then the ninja tip that has helped me and many others do it. And what's really cool is it's backed by science. I love it. I love it when that happens. Because I think all of it can be explained by science. Sometimes they've done the research on it, sometimes they haven't. But in any case, here we go. So if you want to build a positive and abundant mindset, first, the thing that I have told people for years and I have done is to look for your gratitudes. And that is backed by science as well. Look for the gratitudes, savor them. What are the good things, the positives in your life? You're looking for that silver lining, the good things, and that's beautiful. And that does help, and it will eventually help you create a positive, abundant mindset. And that's great. Yay, it's awesome. But it takes some time. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I've done it sometimes, and I've seen other energizers do it. Sometimes it takes longer for some than others, and that's okay. But it does help build a positive, abundant mindset and build those neural pathways and then strengthening them. But here's what science has showed, and the research has proven that expedites that process, that makes building those positive neural pathways and strengthening them even faster. And that is the narrative, the story you are telling yourself in the world. Are you telling yourself and or the world a story of, oh my gosh, life is so hard, it's difficult, you have all these aches and pains, it's a struggle, right? Life's a chore and then you die type attitude? Is that what you're sharing with yourself? Is that what the story you're telling yourself? Or that story, the narrative you're telling the world? Oh my gosh, like life sucks. It's one thing after another. It's all these hardships. This sucks, and this person said this to me, and then I got cut off in traffic, and just life seems to be all against you. If you're telling yourself and others a story of pain, of suffering, of constant struggle, then guess what you're going to get? You're going to have more of those constant struggles. Guess what your brain and neural pathways are, what neural pathways it's strengthening. Words are tricky. The negative ones, right? So you're going to see and feel more of that. However, If you tell yourself a story of positives, of good things, hey, this really cool thing happened to me. Yeah, I had the struggle, but this is how I overcame it. I learned this, and this positive came from that struggle, and this amazing thing happened. And oh my gosh, I can't believe I spilled my coffee, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. I was able to clean it up just fine, and I still feel good for the day. And you could turn the negatives into positives. You're looking for the positives. You see them. You're embracing them and savoring them. When you change that narrative, so not just looking for the gratitudes, but you change the narrative, that story you are telling yourself and you are telling the world, because we all do it, right? If you go to work and you're telling your coworkers about the pain in the rear day, right? The pain in the ass day. I don't know why I didn't say that, but the pain in the ass day you had yesterday, then you're telling that narrative of pain. It's not serving you. But if you tell them the good things, and you're not just being all fluffy, but you're telling the genuine gratitudes and you're sharing that story, the story of, hey, life's working out for you. The universe is working in your favor. You have these blessings, these miracles, these gifts, whatever you want to call them. You are going to build a positive, abundant mindset faster. And you're going to build it faster than just looking for gratitudes. If you're like, oh my gosh, life sucks, but I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this. Cool. You're building that positive neural pathway, but you're also combating it with that negative. But if you combine the two, you are fast tracking it. What story are you telling yourself? What story are you telling the world? What's your narrative? And the cool part is you could change that narrative, that story, anytime you want. Anytime you want. You could be 10 years old. You could be 80 years old. You could be anywhere between or outside of those years old and change your story. You could be in any circumstance in the world and you could change that narrative. Viktor Frankl, if I remember correctly, he Man's Search for Meaning was about. I'm trying to think of the name of it, so I'm sorry that came out kind of boxy. But Viktor Frankl, if I remember correctly, he wrote The Man's Search for Meaning. Great book. He was imprisoned in Auschwitz. He was an Auschwitz survivor, one of the few, and he was able to shift his narrative, and that helped him survive that Nazi camp. So, if he could do it, why can't you? You can. Shift your narrative. Look for the good things, celebrate them, and shift that story you are telling yourself in the world to one of blessings, of joys, of positives, of miracles happening for you, of things working out in your favor, because they are. So go change that narrative if you need, and if you already have, keep doing it. This is a nice little reinforcement of it. Keep doing that, because it is making a difference. All right, keep being you, keep shining bright, keep sharing a beautiful narrative, one that serves and uplifts you and others. All right, thank you so much for being here, joining me. Keep shining bright, and until next time, I will catch you later.